Did you take advantage of the stamp duty holiday? Hey, what's up guys? So I'm bringing you a really quick video all about this week's absolute mayhem in people's rush and fight to beat the stamp duty holiday deadline, which was midnight 30th of June. And this is kind of an open-ended video, really a question to ask, did you take advantage of it? And I don't mean did you buy a property to take advantage of it? Did you sell anything way overpriced and take advantage of everyone's desire to overpay for property to literally save a few percent? But as ever, before we get started, I just need you all to do me a huge favor, and that is to smash the like button and don't forget to hit subscribe. So look, I have been saying that you should not be following the masses and overpaying for property and paying literally 10, 15, 20% more than a property is worth just to save a few percent in stamp duty. And hopefully a lot of you who do follow me and watch these videos have been listening. But unfortunately, the mass market has not been watching and has not been listening, and property prices have been going through the roof. So did you take advantage of this scenario, of this opportunity, which was to sell something way overpriced? Well, I can tell you that I did. Now, I had a property which has been sold for a couple of months, but there's been some issues with the mortgage offer. Then the buyer switched it to a cash purchase because the valuation was downvalued by nearly 30%. There was issues with transferring things like licenses and all sorts of things that can bog a sale down and delay it. This literally turned a quick sale into a long-winded, drawn-out process. But as the stamp duty deadline started to approach, the buyer started to get more nervous. And there wasn't anything wrong with the process. There wasn't anything wrong with the property. There were things that needed to be tidied up in the normal conveyancing process. As we approached days before the stamp duty deadline, on a property that I had sold way over market value, the buyer started to take a view, and in the end, he told his solicitors to go ahead with the exchange and simultaneous completion so he could save a few percent. Now, I have seen this a number of times before. When George Osborne raised the stamp duty back in 2015, we saw people climbing over themselves to overpay for properties. And this is normally driven not necessarily by the percentages that they can save, but it's determined on how much cash they can save when borrowing money. And this is so important because when you are literally talking about a few percent in cash flow for people who are squeezing as much as they can from a mortgage lender, we are talking about a huge impact overall on their total investment. So when these opportunities come up, I personally think you need to observe the masses and take advantage and capitalize on the opportunity. And this deadline was no different. So if you were not testing the water, trying your luck, selling properties for way overpriced, then you have missed another grand opportunity. And I have to be honest with you, I did a video maybe 2 or 3 videos back about when you should sell and when you should hold. And I told people about don't sell a great cash flow property. Don't sell a cash flow property that returns all of your investment within 12 months. Don't sell your best player in your team, your best property. Now, this property for me was all of those things and more. But by selling it literally 50 grand more than what I could ever realistically get a valuation for on a refinance was really worth it to me, because that extra 50 grand is another deposit on another house, similar location and similar type, that will give me a similar type of cash flow. And this is when you should take the opportunity to sell, when you can literally push the maximum price of a property to its limits, to literally its breaking at the seams. And for me, I really didn't want to be offloading much because I've sold a lot of properties over the last few years. So I'm trying to rebuild my portfolio. But the released cash for me on this project is going to enable me to buy literally 2, if not 3 similar properties that I've already secured 2 of at similar prices and another commercial deal. So it's a great overall way to turn over my cash and rinse and repeat and buy more deals. So if you didn't take advantage of that stamp duty, do not worry because there is still time. The stamp duty holiday ended on the 30th of June this year, and that was up to 500,000. But up to 250,000 has been extended to the end of September. Now, this is actually more relevant for me in terms of what I'm buying, because typically the ones that I buy are under 250,000. So the ones that I've got going through the conveyancing process, I'm still going to save a little bit of money because I'm going to get them through before that deadline. But there is still going to be a mad rush of people, newbies, wannabes, first-time buyers, whatever you want to call them, whatever sector you're looking at, who are going to literally try and climb over themselves to get the deals through before that deadline. So if you have a property which is below that banding, which you can push up to that 250 threshold and justify that you are capitalizing massively on an over-hungry market, then you should look at selling that property. Now I've got another one, which I think is maybe worth 220 at a push, and it is rented for next year, and the cash flow is really good, and I can refinance it for probably around 200 grand, and I'll pull out the best part of 100 grand. But in this market, in this crazy times, do I think I might be able to get 250? The answer is yes. So I'm going to try and put it on the market and see if I can get it through before that deadline. And I would urge anyone else who has an opportunity to push the valuation up on a property to do the same, because it might be great cash flowing. It might be already refinanced. You might be able to get more money out on a further advance. But if you can stretch the money, the value that it's worth, it's going to release more cash for you. And also, it enables you to justify higher valuations for when you are refinancing in the future. The property that I've just sold for 375, I never ever thought I would utter those words, will now give me justification for when I refinance from 325 to 350, or if not more. So selling to capitalize on a booming market and releasing huge amounts of cash and future-proofing any future refinances can all be wrapped up in some of these great opportunities. So look, I am really urging you all to take note. I'm not telling you to sell, I'm just asking you to look at your portfolio to see if you can capitalize on this massive booming market. And it is an open question. Would you sell? Are you looking to sell? Could you capitalize? I really want to know all of your thoughts on this. Let's get a debate going. Start commenting below and I'll try and reply to every single comment if I can. And look, if you ever need any advice or any help, feel free to ping me a private message on Instagram. But look, really quick fire video for a Saturday morning before the England football game, which I am super excited about. So I hope you all have time to watch this video before that historic game. I'm confident we're going to win. I'm calling it now, 3-1. But look, that's it from me. Hope you found the content rich. I'll catch you all in the next video.